We are going to begin learning about some more sounds and letters today. But first, can everyone make sure their electronic devices are charged and ready to go? Because later we're going to get to play a game on boom cards. Can everyone come to the carpet and stand on a box? We are going to work on segmenting some words, and we are going to jump the colored boxes. Our first word is hit. It. There are three phonemes in the word hit. It. Next word is ice. I-s. There are two phonemes in ice. I-s. During that section, the kids are going to be jumping the boxes, and I will demonstrate jumping the colored boxes on the carpet. And each phoneme will be a jump. So for hit, they will jump 3 times. For ice, they would jump 2 times. And then I would continue this activity with a few more words such as wit, bike, big, and cry. Now that we're back at our tables and seated, we're going to work in our table teams to look at some words that have the letter I in them. Here is a printout of the words and images that I have on our whiteboard. In your table teams, I want you to look at the words and figure out what you all think are the similarities and differences between the words on the left and the words on the right. The words are gift, insect, island, and lime. I would point at the words as I read them to the class, and then they would each be given a printout of the words, and it looks like this. It is going to look like this image here, and I would point as I said the words gift, insect, island, lime. This would be on the whiteboard projected for everyone to see and for me to point at. And then I would also have a printout of this for each table team. When you're done, every group will share with the class what your group decided. So I hope you all will be ready to share. We're going to share now, class, and I will call on your table team when it is your turn to share. Table team B. You're right. They all have the letter I. And then I would go ahead and write on my T chart that I would have on the whiteboard, all have I on the same side. Table team A. Do you mean that the letter I sound is different for the words on the left and the words on the right? Okay, you're correct. Great job. I would write vowel sounds on the different section of my T chart on the whiteboard. Table team D. You're also right. The words begin with different letters on the left and the right side of our options. So then I would write different, on the different section of the T chart, I would write beginnings. Table team C. I'm glad that you came up with the same answer as table team A. That's correct. They do have different vowel sounds, so I'm going to put a check mark here next to vowel sounds showing that you agreed. The difference in the letter sounds, students, are that you are hearing and explaining to me are the long and short vowel sounds. We're going to work together with some more words and try to hear and identify if the I in the word is a long or short I. So here on my whiteboard, you can see that I wrote y'all a letter I, lowercase I. Can you all take out your lowercase I vowel paper from your desk, please? In the word fit, you hear f, it, t. In the word pie, you hear p, I. The next word is win. Raise your hand if you can tell me if you hear the long or short I. Good job! You hear the short I. W, I, t. The next word is fly. What do you hear? Raise your hand. You hear I, but do you hear the long or the short I? Correct. You hear the long I. Fly. Fly. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and continue that activity. And I would continue the exercise of the words with the students. For example, you could do it with sit, slide, or any other words that have a short or a long I vowel sound. You have all done such a great job already identifying the long and short vowel I in words today. And now I want you to get out your electronic devices and open your boom cards. You will have 2 activities to complete to sort the sound of short I and long I. If you have any questions when completing the boom card, raise your hand, and I will be walking around the classroom to help monitor and see if you guys need any assistance. At this time, if a student is having trouble with the activity, ask them to try their hardest. They will be pulled for a small group mini lesson at a later time if necessary. This is an accommodation for students who are late finishers as well as students who are not going to meet the objective of 87.5%. And the teacher will just pull those students for a small group mini lesson to just review the short and long I and make sure that they are able to meet that objective in the future and develop those skills of identifying the different sounds. If you are an early finisher, then you can go to the Literacy Center after you finish your boom cards. There's going to be a basket at the Literacy Center with index cards, markers, colored pencils. There, you'll be able to make your own index cards and flashcards for the words with long and short vowel I. And the class will get to use those next time they visit the Literacy Center for extra practice. And here you can see for the boom cards, it is going to be these little activities that I found on boom cards for the short and the long I, and the students will get to individually be evaluated and assessed using boom cards. This will just give the teacher an opportunity to look at a later time how the students did on each of the activities. There is 8, and so with the objective that I wrote, they are able to miss one of the sounds in order to meet that objective.